Welcome to the Architecture Governance Quiz. So, weightage of this topic is around 4 marks. After ADM and Enterprise Continuum, I consider this to be an important topic. So, let's test our knowledge of architecture governance with some practice questions. So, what's the strategy to crack this exam? This topic is again a theoretical, and there are quite a few things you need to remember. Also, check out my videos in architecture governance and read through the official TOGAF link for this document. That should be sufficient. Also, if you like my teaching style and would like to avail one-to-one training for TOGAF exam preparation, you can contact me at kishoreteach@gmail.com. So please subscribe and press the bell icon if you haven't done so that you are notified as soon as I post new video. So let's start the quiz. So question 1. Which of the following statement about architecture governance is not correct? It is the practice and orientation by which enterprise architecture and other architectures are managed and controlled. The chief architect manages the architecture governance activity. An architecture governance framework supports it. It is a set of own responsibility that ensures the integrity and effectiveness of the organization's architecture. The correct answer is option B. It's the architecture board that manages the architecture governance activity and not the chief architect. Next question. The following are included in architecture governance except implementing a system of controls over expenditure within the enterprise, implementing a system of control over the creation and monitoring of all architecture components and activities, implementing a system to ensure the compliance with internal and external standards and regulatory obligation, establishing processes that support effective management of architecture governance process, developing practices that ensures accountability to stakeholders. The correct answer is option A, implementing a system of controls over expenditure within the enterprise. Expenditure control is not included in the architecture governance. Which of the following maps to the characteristic transparency? All decisions taken, processed, used, and their implementation will not be allowed to create unfair advantage to any one particular party. Each contractual party is required to act responsibly to the organization and its shareholders. All actions implemented and the decision support will be available for inspection by authorized organization and provider parties. All involved parties will have commitment to adhere to procedures, process, and authority structure established by the organization. All process, decision making, and mechanism used will be established so as to minimize or avoid potential conflict of interest. Which you think is the correct answer? Now, all action and their decision support will be available for inspection, and this decision to support for inspection is characteristic of transparency. So option C is the correct answer. Let's get going. You guys are doing great. The next, conceptually, the structure of an architecture governance framework consists of process, content, and context. The following are included in the content except what? Is it compliance, SLA and OLAs, organizational standards, regulatory requirements, or architectures? The correct answer is compliance. That's option A. Compliance is a part of process and not part of content. Check out my videos where I have explained this in detail. Next, the following are key architecture governance process except what? Is it compliance, dispensation, monitoring and reporting, budgetary control, or business control? It's option D. Budgetary control is not part of the architecture governance process. Let's get going. Why is architecture governance beneficial? It links IT process, resources, and information to organizational strategies and objectives. It integrates and institutionalizes IT best practices. It enables the organization to take full advantage of its information infrastructure and hardware and software asset. It protects the underlying digital asset of the organization, or all of this. Which you think is the correct? Well, Actually, all of these are the benefits of architecture governance. So the correct answer is option E, all of this. Let's get going. Which of the following is not the responsibility of architecture board? Is it resourcing of architecture projects, decision making with regard to change to the architecture, enforcement of architecture compliance, monitoring of architecture contract? The correct answer is option A. Resourcing of project is not architecture board responsibility. In my video, I have explained responsibility of architecture board, so do check them out. Next question, which of the following best describe an architecture contract? Is it an agreement between the development partner and stakeholder? Or is it an agreement between development partners and sponsors on the deliverable quality and fitness of purpose of an architecture? Or is it an agreement between the lead architect and the development partners on the enforcement of architecture compliance? Or is it an agreement between the development partners and sponsors on how to best monitor the implementation of the architecture? Which you think is correct? Which best describe the architecture contract? And the correct answer is option B. The agreement is between development partner and sponsors on deliverable quality and fitness for purpose of an architecture. Next, the TOGAF standard defines a set of terms to describe architecture compliance. Which of the following applies to the case where an implementation has no features in the common with the architecture specification? The correct answer is irrelevant. That's option C. Where no features are in common, then it's termed as irrelevant. Next, in an architecture compliance review, who is responsible for accepting and signing off the review? Is it architecture board, review coordinator, lead enterprise architect, or project leader? The correct answer is option A, is architecture board. It's the responsibility of architecture board. And the last question, when using ADM to establish an architecture capability, which phase will define the infrastructure requirement to support the practice? Is it application, business, data, or technology? The correct answer is phase D, technology architecture. So that's it, my friends. Hope you had benefited from this quiz. Review my videos and go through the TOGAF document link if you haven't done so. I think once you go through these two artifacts, you should be quite clear with architecture governance. Again, it's one of the important topics, not only to pass the exam, but even to understand TOGAF and to implement TOGAF in the real business scenarios. So that's all. All the best. Stay positive, keep humble, and work hard. All the best.